Good evening. We're still looking at mostly cloudy skies. Temperatures still in the low 40s around the Tri-City area. We're looking at 41 in Boone, 42 Tri-Cities, 39 degrees in Jonesville. Take a look at this Viper radar imagery, watching the rain coming in from the south and the west. That rain taking over the entire region overnight into the early part of your day tomorrow. Locally, heavy downpours possible. And that rain, by the way, extends all the way down through Arkansas into areas of East Texas. Much colder air into Texas. Look at the wind warnings for the mountains and wind advisories. Winds could be gusting as high as 50 to 60 miles per hour. And flood watches out for parts of Kentucky. We'll take a look at that storm team forecast coming up. News Channel 11 on ABC Tri-City starts right now.
You're watching News Channel 11 on ABC Tri-Cities at 7:30.
Tax season is upon us, and if you find yourself with questions about your return, ABC Tri-Cities is here to help. Tax experts are in our studio tonight taking your calls. To get connected, call 232-8780. Good evening. You're watching News Channel 11 on ABC Tri-Cities tonight. I'm Curtis McLeod.
And I'm Ann Carter. Our top story this evening, a double murder trial is now underway in Carter County.
Today marked the first day in the trial of Eric Azatea. Azatea is charged with killing Sullivan County couple Amber Terrell and Art Gibson back in 2015. Investigators also accuse him of dismembering their bodies and burning their body parts in an attempt to cover up the crime. Today, the state called more than 6 witnesses to the stand, including the mother of one of the victims.
That was my biggest daughter. I got 3 and she was my baby.
Azatea is facing 2 counts of first-degree murder. The state is seeking the death penalty in this case. We are following a developing story in Sullivan County this evening where investigators say a worker was killed after he was run over by a dump truck. The Sullivan County Sheriff's Office says it happened this morning at in the 700 block of Centenary Road in Blountville. That's near the Tri-Cities Airport. Deputies discovered an employee of Pavewell Paving had been run over by a dump truck driven by another employee. The Sheriff's Office says the 2 workers were dumping loads of materials when the victim got out of his truck and was run over. The victim's name has not been released.
Taking a look across America, SpaceX's most powerful rocket ever lifted off from Cape Canaveral today.
Yeah, that company says it's the most powerful rocket since the NASA's Saturday V. Here's ABC's Mark Remillard.
With a thunderous roar and thunderous applause from employees, SpaceX's Falcon Heavy lifted off from Cape Canaveral's Launch Complex 39A on Tuesday.
Falcon Heavy heading to space on our test flight.
The launch was the first test flight of the Falcon Heavy, which the company says is the most powerful rocket since NASA's Saturn V, which was used for the Apollo program and retired in 1973.
It's not quite that big, but it's on the path to enabling that kind of exploration, whether it's the moon or Mars, basically beyond low Earth orbit.
The Falcon Heavy consists of a beefed-up Falcon 9 rocket with 2 additional Falcon 9 boosters on the sides. That's 27 engines that SpaceX says are capable of producing 5 million pounds of thrust. 2 minutes and 33 seconds into the flight, the 2 boosters separated off without incident and came back to Earth, landing nearly simultaneously. The launch came after several delays due to winds, but the company was able to lift off before a 2.5-hour launch window closed. Now the rocket's only payload.
We put something a little special with SpaceX inside the fairing.
CEO Elon Musk's own Tesla Roadster is now floating above Earth on its way to an elliptical orbit around the sun.
It was an outstanding test flight of the Falcon Heavy.
Mark Remillard, ABC News, New York.
Turning to Crime Watch, a man is facing charges after police say he stabbed someone several times in a convenience store parking lot. Irwin police say it happened at the Scotchman on North Main Avenue in Irwin Monday. The victim told police he went to the store where he got into an argument with another man. That man then stabbed him several times. Irwin police arrested 35-year-old Lewis King of Irwin, and they've charged him with aggravated assault.
After several cases of vandalism spanning 3 separate counties in 2 states, Unicoi County Sheriff Mike Hensley says the investigation is over. Cases of vandalism were reported in Unicoi and Washington counties in Tennessee and in Madison County, North Carolina. Some of the cars involved churches, cases involved churches, that is, one of which had their vans spray painted and windows smashed. Other cases involved stolen mailboxes and slashed tires. Investigators from all 3 counties teamed up to find the vandals.
Did they give you a reason at all as to why they did?
They were drinking, some of them were drinking, and just meanness, just doing mischief.
Today, Sheriff Mike Hensley announced 5 arrests, including 19-year-old Thomas Blaylock and 4 juveniles. Investigators say they admitted to the vandalism.
City parks crews in Johnson City have been busy making repairs after several parks were damaged by vandals last night and over the weekend. Parks and Recreation Director James Ellis says crews found graffiti spray painted on several structures in Lyons and Civitan parks. He says the ground of one of those fields at Winged Deer Park was discovered near a walking trail. The damage is estimated to be about $750. A local sheriff's office is trying to figure out if one of their guns is the one that turned up at a crime scene in Camden, New Jersey.
Our community watchdog Nate Morbido discovered a possible link between the gun found at that crime scene and one that was reported stolen in Johnson City years ago. He alerted that agency to his discovery. Here's Nate with more.
We spent months collecting and analyzing stolen gun data and identified a gun involved in a shots fired call in New Jersey in 2016 with the same make, model, and serial number as the gun a former Washington County Sheriff's officer reported as stolen in our region in 2011. The Washington County, Virginia Sheriff's Office has spent the last 2 weeks trying to verify whether that gun is in fact their gun. Johnson City Police investigated the gun reported stolen from the woman's glove compartment, but after securing an initial lead, eventually encouraged Washington County to file a report in Virginia. Never able to identify exactly when and where the gun disappeared and who took it.
Right now we're in a position of waiting to hear back from them to see if it is the one we had reported.
We matched the guns by comparing our stolen gun records with recovered weapons data collected by the Trace, a nonprofit and a national broadcasting company. The New Jersey man found with the gun in question is currently serving prison time for illegally possessing that gun and drug crimes. Back in November, you may remember, we alerted the Elizabethton police chief about a stolen department gun used in a violent crime after a similar data analysis. The chief said he was unaware of that Johnson City crime until we alerted him.
Nate, thanks. Turning to politics, a suspended high school football coach and former NFL player has filed paperwork to run for mayor of a local county. The Sullivan County Election Commission confirms Gerald Sensabaugh Jr. has filed a petition to run for mayor of Sullivan County. Sensabaugh announced his candidacy back in December. His announcement came 2 months after Washington County school leaders suspended him as head football coach at Davy Crockett High School amid allegations of unprofessional conduct. Alleged allegations he has denied. In the NFL, Sensabaugh played for the Jacksonville Jaguars and Dallas Cowboys. He will appear on the ballot in August as an independent.
A new service allows people living in Virginia to replace their Social Security cards using the internet. Previously, to replace your Social Security card, you had to file an application in person or submit one by mail. But now you may submit an application online by visiting ssa.gov. You must be 18 years or older, have a U.S. mailing address and a valid driver's license or ID card, and must not need to make any changes or revisions. Upon verification, a replacement card will then be mailed out to you.
Our rain showers coming our way overnight into your day tomorrow. Keep the umbrella handy. Turning colder by late tomorrow. Could see a little light snow as the system moves out. Your storm team forecast is coming right up. Stay right there.
Yes, you may. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Man, this is just like butter. My IFB is like butter on this.
Now, Storm Team 11 Chief Meteorologist Mark Reynolds.
Rain showers making their way into the Tennessee Valley and already seeing areas of fog setting up now through the Smoky Mountains, and some of the fog will continue across the region to develop overnight into the early part of your day tomorrow, so be careful of that. Right now we're looking at downtown Johnson City on General Shell Skycam. Current temperature at the airport back to 42 now with cloudy skies, northeast wind at 3 miles per hour. Here's a look at North Johnson City. Here too we have the clouds in base, and we're waiting on the rain showers to make their way into the area. They're already showing up on Viper radar. We'll see that chance of rain overnight into tomorrow. Take a look, pretty good batch of rain now just north of Knoxville, coming right up towards Hawkins County, into Lee County, also Scott County. This is going to continue to make its way towards the north and east, impacting parts of southwest Virginia, the Tri-Cities as well. And then we expand that view south and westward. Look at the rains all the way down to Little Rock into Alexandria, Louisiana. You notice the snow here on the northern edge. Watching a pretty good batch of snow coming out of Missouri into Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, right into Ohio. So this is quite a vigorous system. It will continue to make its way eastward. For us, it's a rain producer tonight into early tomorrow afternoon. And then we'll see a transition as it ends, a little bit of light snow possible, especially in the mountains late in the day tomorrow. 39 in Harlan, 39 also in Jonesville. It is 39 now in Knoxville, 45 in Elizabethton, and 40 in Abingdon. You look over the southeast, look at the 60s here today. We've seen 70s this afternoon. The current temperature in Pensacola at 66. Compare that to snow and 17 in Kansas City and 19 degrees in Chicago. So we have wind warnings in effect going into effect later tonight for the mountains, starting at 1 a.m. till 10 a.m. Also a wind advisory here for the counties of Johnson, Carter, and Unicoi. In these zones, winds could be gusting as high as 50 to 60 miles per hour. Flood watchers also posted areas of eastern Kentucky as we have a potential of over an inch of rain coming at you tonight into early tomorrow. So there's the latest forecast models taking the heavier rain through southwest Virginia into eastern Kentucky. And then as we go through time, all of us will see that rain chance increasing through the early morning hour. Pretty good batch of rain early tomorrow. Then look at the red line. That's that freeze line. We'll see the rain coming to an end and transitioning over to a little bit of light snow, especially in the mountains. We're really not talking about much in the way of accumulation, maybe less than an inch, if that. And that'd be, again, the higher elevations here. Just some snow flurries possible tomorrow night. Then we clear it out on your Thursday as high pressure builds back in. Looks like a very nice Thursday. Plenty of sunshine, highs in the 40s. Friday, even better, the high right on top of the area. And that gives us sunshine with highs in the mid-50s. Enjoy that because more rain coming back for the weekend. 38 cloudy tonight, 60% rain chance tomorrow's high, back up to 53 and 80% chance of rain, and then that could taper off as a little light snow or flurries late in the day. Thursday nice, Friday nice, and here comes the weekend. There's that better chance of rain again. Could see some locally heavy downpours. Look at Sunday, 80% rain chance or high at 60. I still would not be surprised to see mid-60s next week. Tuesday, just a very slight rain chance. It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I like the temperatures. I'm not so much crazy about the rain, though.
I know. We've got a lot of rain this week.
A week from today, should be very happy.
See, there we go.
It'll
there
be
you
nice.
go.
All thanks
Curtis
to this
always
man.
has to look forward.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Mark. Tuesday is the day we introduce you to a top teacher in our region.
This week, Casey Marler takes us to Hawkins County to meet Rebecca Rollins, this week's Educator of the Week.
Rebecca Rollins has literally worlds of experience. She began her career in the United States Air Force, and when she completed her service, she knew exactly what she wanted to do.
I graduated high school and joined the Air Force, so I served for 10 years in the Air Force and decided it was time for me to get out. So I still wanted to help my country, so what better way than helping our future citizens be great.
She's been doing just that now for a decade. She's been at Churchill Elementary School the entire 10 years. Started out as a kindergarten teacher for a year before moving into the 3rd grade. She's currently the 3rd grade math teacher. Her classroom is filled with energy and hands-on experience. She loves to fill her students with that can-do spirit, and her math lessons don't end at the end of the school day. She leads a math club once a week after school.
There's actually a waiting list to get in the math club. And like we do build glow-in-the-dark feature or structures. We've had zip lines down the hallways with stuffed animals coming through them. We do toilet paper Olympics. The kids love it.
Congratulations to Rebecca Rollins, this week's Educator of the Week. Casey Marler, News Channel 11, ABC Tri-Cities.
If you'd like to nominate an Educator of the Week, just log on to our website, WJHL.com.